Namaskar, welcome to Kalam IAS. This is Vasudev Singh Bhati, and today we are going to do the news case. News case basically brings you important news which has been, in news currently, and which is important for your prelims as well as your mains perspective. So this year, this month, this week, we saw that GST collection report is going to be coming on the 1st of April, and the financial year is ending on 31st of March. So it is expected that the GST collection will cross 20 lakh crore this year in the financial year 2023. That is ending on the 31st of March 2024. So regarding GST, there have been a lot of things in the news. For example, in the past 1 year, for your prelims 2024 perspective, you should be aware that the government has created GST Appellate Tribunal. The government has established GST Appellate Tribunal. So the central government established 31 GST Appellate Tribunal across the country, GSTAT, GST Appellate Tribunal across the country, and it was established as by amending the Central GST Act, which was amended, and after amending the act, the various changes were made in the qualification as well as eligibility of the members. So what were the qualifications and the eligibility of the members? So if you look at the constitution of the GST Appellate Tribunal, then we will see that there is one president in the GST Appellate Tribunal, and then there are 2 technical members in the GST Appellate Tribunal. Then we have 1 judicial member. Now the amendment which was made in the Central GST Act was regarding the 1 judicial member. So the 1 judicial member, there were two qualification given for the 1 judicial member, that the member should be either a judge of a high court or district or additional district judge with 10 years of experience. Now, one more criteria was added, that is, the advocate with 10 years of experience can also become the judicial member of GST Appellate Tribunal. Now, GST Appellate Tribunal, first thing you should remember is that it is a legal body. It is established by amending the Central GST Act, and it is not single body, and it is not at the national level, it is at the state level. We have 31 GST Appellate Tribunal, so every state has its own GST Appellate Tribunal, and there are 4 members in the GST Appellate Tribunal. There is 1 president, there are 2 technical members, and then there is 1 judicial member. And the qualification of judicial member was amended recently, and earlier only judge of a high court or a district or additional district judge with the experience of 10 years were eligible. Now, advocate with 10 years of experience is also eligible to become judicial member of GST Appellate Tribunal. So, there was one more change made in the act, that was regarding the age of the members. The age was increased for the members from 65 to 67, and for the president from 68 to 70. So, the new age, that is, the members should be between the age group of 50 to 67. The members should be between the age group of 50 to 67, and to become a president, your minimum age should be 50 years. So the minimum age is same for both of them, and the maximum age for member is 67 years. For the president, it is 70 years. For the president, it is 70 years. So if you look at the the jurisdiction, the hierarchy of tribunals and appellate tribunals, adjudicating bodies with regarding the GST, we will see that if someone is not, someone has a grievance with the GST that that person is paying, for example, someone is a GST taxpayer, and that person has some grievance. So where would that person go? If the person feels that GST charged upon him is not correct and it is a faulty GST, and he should not be charged as much amount. So where should that person go? The first hierarchy, the first authority to that person can go is the adjudicating authority. So this is the adjudicating hierarchy, where the first level is adjudicating authority. So there is an adjudicating authority in every state, and the person will go to that adjudicating authority that I am charged this GST, and I do not agree that I should be charged this GST, and there is some mistake and you should rectify it. An adjudicating authority will give its decision. If you are satisfied with it, then okay. But if you are not satisfied with it, then you can go to the appellate authority. In appellate authority, you can appeal whatever the decision were made by the adjudicating authority. So in adjudication hierarchy, the first level would be adjudicating authority. And once you are not satisfied with the adjudicating authority, then you can go to the appellate tribunal. In the appellate tribunal, you appeal that adjudicating authority made this decision and I do not agree with this decision and my grievance is still not resolved. Then you go to the appellate authority. If you are still not satisfied with the decision of the appellate authority, then you can go to the appellate tribunal, which was established recently. We saw that 31 GST Act was established by the central government of the government of India. So GST appellate tribunal. So this is GST appellate tribunal actually a second level of appeal. It is a second level of appeal. First, the adjudicating authority gives a decision. Then you can appeal. First level of appeal is appellate authority. Then the second level of appeal is appellate tribunal. So there are two levels of appeal in the GST Act. First is appellate authority, then we have appellate tribunal, GST appellate tribunal. Now, if you are still not satisfied by GST appellate tribunal, then like any other tribunal in India, all the tribunals come under the high courts of that particular area. So, if you are still not satisfied with the decision of appellate tribunal, then you can go to the high court. And if you are not satisfied with the high court, then you can go to the Supreme Court, which is, which exists for any other legal proceeding in India. So, Supreme Court and High Court are obviously the highest courts of country, and below which we have appellate tribunal, below which we have appellate authority, and below which we have adjudicating authority. So, that is adjudicating authority, then we have appellate authority. Once you are still not satisfied with the appellate authority, then you go to the appellate tribunal. So, you are still not satisfied, then you go to the High Court and the Supreme Court. So, this is the adjudicating hierarchy of the adjudication with regarding any grievance that you might have with the GST. Now, GST Council, you should also be be aware about the legal aspects of the GST Council. The first thing is the GST Council is a constitutional body. GST Council is a constitutional body. It was established under Article 279A of the Constitution of India by the 101st Amendment Act. So, in 2017, 101st Amendment Act was made and Article 279A was inserted, and according to which the GST Council was established. The chairperson of GST Council is the Union Finance Minister, which is currently Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman. So, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman is the chairperson, which is the Union Finance Minister of the GST Council, and the members include the Finance Minister of all the states of a country, and after including all the members as well as the president, of the total decision making weightage, the central alone has the 33% weightage. In the 100% decision making, the 33% weightage is given to one center, and rest 66% is divided among the states. Rest 66% or 67% is divided among the state. But to make any decision in the GST Council, you need at least 75% majority. What does this mean is that all the states combined still do not form a majority. They have to the center has to agree with the decisions of the states. And it also means that center alone cannot make any decision, because center needs support of at least 42% weightage of the states. So after that only the center can make decision. So neither the states alone nor the central alone can make a decision, and that is why we say GST Council is a cooperative federalism body. GST Council is an example of cooperative federalism, where the center and the states cooperate with each other to make any decision and to arrive at a meeting point, to arrive at a common ground. So what is the function of GST Council? It decides tax rate, exemption, whatever is related to GST. What is going to be the tax rate of any particular item, what is going to be, how much brackets are going to be there. We have 5%, 12%, 18% brackets. So how much brackets are going to be there, which items will fall under which bracket, and if there is any need to increase tax rate of any particular item, everything is decided by the GST Council. And if there is anything which need to be exempted from it, that is also decided by the GST Council. So regarding the taxes applied by the GST Council, we have certain news in the past 1 year. The first thing is that the GST Council has imposed a 28% tax, that is 28% GST on the online gaming, horse racing and casino. Online gaming, horse racing and casinos. So in all these three, the GST Council has imposed the GST of 28%. So we have 4 brackets: 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. So the GST Council has made that the online gaming, horse racing, and the casinos should be in the 28% bracket. And the tax is only on the initial amount paid upon the entry and not on the total value of each bet placed. What does it mean? Only better would know. I'm not a better, so I don't know what does this actually mean, but it just means that if you are placing a bet of 1 crore rupees, you do not need to pay 1 crore rupees upfront. You pay only a small amount, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, I don't know how much you pay, and the GST will be charged upon the the initial amount that you pay upon the entry, and not upon the total value of each bet. Now it covers the online gamings. In the online gaming segment, it covers both the games of skills as well as the chance. So there was a lot of confusion between whether government should allow game of skill and or the game of chances. It depends upon the state. States decide which games would they allow. For example, lottery is allowed in Goa. It is casinos are allowed in Goa. They are not allowed in any other states. So the game of chance and game of skills, it depends upon the state. But whichever game you play, if it is allowed by the government and you play it, then the GST rate on both of them is going to be 28%. So to remove any confusion in the tax payment related to the earnings with related to these methods. Next, tax deducted at source of 30% is TDS of 30% is deducted from the winning of both game types. If you are winning in game of skill or game of chance, in both the cases, the 30% of your profit is deducted at source. Tax is deducted at source, and foreign companies now have to maintain register themselves with the GST authority. So this was all with related to GST, which was in news in the past 1 year. Hope it will be of any use for you in your upcoming prelims. Thank you very much.